Kathy Ramirez, nice to meet you.
I feel good.
Feeling good for Millard House II means getting to know the team he's now charged with leading.
The vote is 9-4 and 0 against.
HISD's Board of Trustees in May unanimously selected House as the sole finalist for the district's top job. The mission? To right the ship, taking the helm as the threat of COVID-19 looms over HISD.
Learning loss on top of complete learning absence are two of the biggest concerns.
That's underscored by this spring STAR test results. Math and reading scores plunged during the pandemic. Racial disparities deepened.
It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's not an opportunity to fix this in 1 month or even 6 months or even 2 years.
Time, a currency by which is hard to come, a challenge even more pronounced in public education. House knows that, says HISD must meet students where they are, a truth he learned early in his career.
Millard House II's path to HISD was first paved here on the streets of the historic Greenwood neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, better known as Black Wall Street.
Willie Sells owns T's Barbershop on Black Wall Street, uncle to Houston's new superintendent.
He inherited education.
An inheritance steeped in Tulsa's complicated, fiery history. Its embers just now sparking conversation.
The old folk didn't talk a lot.
May 31st, 1921, the start of the Tulsa Race Massacre. A white mob destroyed the Greenwood district. An estimated 300 people were killed. 35 square blocks of Tulsa's black existence nearly erased but never forgotten by the people whose relatives bore the bruising.
I think it gave him deep roots.
My father was a history teacher.
Millard House Sr. was a teacher and administrator within the Tulsa Public School District for 30 years, charged in 1970 with desegregating schools.
One thing that I really liked about him was that he had integrity.
Dr. Laverne Wimberly worked closely with House Sr. Wimberly's first days on the district were during that push to integrate.
They all had their own individual needs, and we just had to work together as a unit to make sure that education was taking place.
He gave a balance of what history was all about and allowed us to be thinkers.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, the son of educators, yet not something that you thought you wanted to do initially.
Not at all, not at all.
Yet after some coaxing, House became a teacher, and at 26 years old, the district tapped him to lead an underperforming school in an underserved neighborhood.
We took the kids as they were.
Erica Walker was one of House's first hires.
He put me in a position to help set the foundation for the students.
These teachers had really wrapped their arms around me to teach me what it was to be a strong educator.
The team under House turned around the school's fate. House eventually moved on from Tulsa, yet his footprint remains, a path that's wound its way to HISD.
It's not going to be an easy task, but I think with the commitment and the right resources, the right staff and people who are willing, it's going to work out fine.
I want to make sure that all children have the opportunity to be the best version of them that they can be.